Hello, and welcome to another episode of Malone Bailey's official podcast, Everybody Counts. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Carolina Iscati from the recruiting department at Malone Bailey. Hopefully, this isn't your first time tuning in, but if it is, welcome. Our podcast, Everybody Counts, features various perspectives on a variety of topics, from the latest SEC and FASB updates to discussions on recruiting, retention, and more. Everybody Counts explores trends and hot topics that affect us and those in our business. Tune in to hear from partners and staff alike. The conversation is versatile and everybody's input counts. The focus of today's conversation is on cybersecurity and data protection for CPA firms. I'm delighted to be joined by Hassan, who will share his thoughts and expertise on this important topic. Welcome, Hassan.
Thank you for having me, Carolina.
Absolutely. So before we dive in, can you share a little bit about yourself, your background, and what you do here at Malone Bailey?
Yes, of course. I graduated from University of Houston downtown in 2018 with a degree in Management Information System (MIS). I have been working in IT for nearly 7 to 8 years, gaining experiences across different environments, including consulting firms. In this role, we supported law firm and accounting firm by helping them manage their day-to-day activities, IT operation, efficiency, and security. And I joined Malone Bailey in 2020 as a junior help desk support specialist. Over time, I had advanced to my current roles, such as senior help desk support. In this position, I manage a wide range of IT responsibilities, including server backups, securing user data, maintaining system updates, and providing ongoing technical support, which is ensured to firm technology which runs smoothly and securely.
Thanks so much for sharing that with us, Asad. So how did you get into IT and cybersecurity?
Well, it was a different, option. So basically, I had a pretty interesting in computers at a young age, and was always curious about how technology works. Growing up, I often help people in my country with their IT-related problems, which naturally strengthened my technical aspect and skill and problem-solving mindset. As technology continues to evolve every day, I find it really exciting that there is always something new to learn. The constant, to evolve every day. I find it exciting that there's always something to learn. The constant learning is what truly drew me in. When I started my internship and began working in an IT support, I realized how much I enjoy helping users, resolving their technical issue, making their work easier, supporting users, troubleshooting problems, and finding solutions. It gives a strong sense of satisfaction to me. Over time, this experience sparked my interest in cybersecurity as well, as I wanted not to only help and fix issues, but also to protect system, data, and users for potential threats. As a technical oriented person, I genuinely enjoy technology and the innovation that's come with it. And the passion continues to drive my career in IT and cybersecurity.
Wonderful. All right, so let's set the stage for our listeners. So why should CPA firms specifically care so much about cybersecurity? Why are CPA firms attractive targets for cyber criminals?
Initially, CPA firms are, they have a high sensitive information such as tax records, financial statements, social security numbers, you name it. All the sensitive data is it's technically secured in the server, so criminal can sell or sell the data to make a profit. Firms are trusted by clients which attackers can use their advantage, and smaller firms may not have the strong security controls, making them easier target, and they can be easily targeted by the users. So busy season is like tax time, increased threats, and people usually make mistakes and creating opportunity for the hackers to hack their system. Ransomware attackers know the firms need quick access to the data. Every security gap is an opportunity for theft. High-value data makes CPA firms attractive targets, and strong defense are essential.
Right. And before we get to the threats, can you help our listeners understand the basics? What types of systems go into cybersecurity and data protection for CPA firms?
I will answer this question by going with, cybersecurity in a CPA firm relies on a combination of tool processes and practices to protect sensitive client data. Firm uses firewall and antivirus software to prevent attacks from reaching their system. Secure email solution help block phishing messages before employees even can see them. Access control, encryption, and multi-factor authentication usually make sure they're authorized to user can view their changes and take their they can change the sensitive data. Also, cloud platform add another layer of security for data stored online. Backup and disaster recovery system also allow the firm to keep working even if there is a disruption. Monitoring tools such as suspicious going as a suspicious activity, alerting IT staff, all this couple of things makes firm, with the IT people know that something is going wrong with the cybersecurity. We also have a vendor management that help reduces risk with the third party providers. And finally, policies and employee training guide is for everyone and so that they can behave every day and secure the firm every day.
Right. And so even with great technology, people can still unintentionally create vulnerabilities. So how does human behavior contribute to cybersecurity incidents?
Oh, it's pretty simple. Human behavior is just, plays a major role in cyber incidents. Employees sometimes click on some unsafe links or malicious attachments, you name it. People receive a lot of email saying that, you open this website and you will get a reward or something like that, and people are curious to open that link. Some people also reuse password across multiple systems, which increase exposure. Other ignore software update warnings, leaving system vulnerable. Sensitive data may be shared with the wrong people. Social engineering exploit trust and urgency to trick employees. Lack of awareness increases mistake, and delayed reporting make incidents worse. Also, training and clear guidance help employees make safer choices. Everyone's action affect the firm's security.
All right. Can you give us an example of a small security issue that can quietly turn into a big problem?
One small issue which we have been seeing is pretty, there's a small issue that has been causing big problems with all of the firms and the IT related stuff is the weak and reused password. People often always use reuse password in order to get in the system. It might seem minor at first, but hacker can use one stolen password to access email and cloud accounts. Once inside, they can move through the system without any being detected. The activity goes on for weeks or even months. Client data can be stolen, changed, modified, and or misused. Fake emails have been sent by trusted accounts to clients or employees. Financial losses can grow quickly if the breach isn't caught. The firm reputation may also take a big hit. Small mistakes can become very expensive and disruptive.
Good to know. So cybersecurity is a firm-wide responsibility, not just an IT issue.
Obviously, correct. I'm 100% correct. Cybersecurity is just not the responsibility of everyone because attacks often start with a human mistake. Employee handle, every day-to-day activities, sensitive client data, use technology every day. An IT team can set up, IT teams are there always for you, but they can set up a strong protection, but one careless click or password mistakes can bypass even the best system. A firm culture affects how seriously people follow strict security rules. Leader must support, the manager partners, they must support security initiatives and set a good example. Training day to day, every month training should be reached out to every department, not just the IT staff, with everyone who is involved. Risks are lower, shared responsibility make it harder for attackers to succeed. Protecting client data is a team effort, not the firm.
Team effort. Good. All right, and now what are the most common cyber threats facing CPA firms today? We know that they're an attractive target, but what are some of the common cyber threats?
I will highly suggest this. The biggest problem in this world, in IT world, is the phishing emails, which is also the biggest threat. Trying to trick employees into clicking links, giving out sensitive information. Business email are compromised schemes target where, payrolls, wire transfer, and invoices. Ransomware, can look firm. Technically, ransomware can lock firm out of their own system and demand payment. Stolen password allow hacker to access account and client information. Malicious attachment can be spread malware across multiple systems. Cloud accounts are being hacked, often more as firms store more data online. As of today, in IT world, cloud is the main reason where everything has been stored. Third-party vendors create indirect risk if their security is weak. Social engineering attacks trust and urgency to trick employees. Awareness and preventing measures are critical here.
Yes, I remember seeing a lot of those trainings for the phishing.
Yeah.
this year and last, absolutely. So we've talked about the threats. So want to shift over to solutions. What risks are the most preventable?
There are many risks which can be prevented, and then can be some are pretty simple, and there's some are constant actions. Phishing attacks are reduced through employee training and email filtering. So that's where our firm always do the training every 6 months, every 4 months, just to make sure employees are well aware of the phishing attacks. Other than that, we have MFA, which is multi-factor authentication, which prevent accounts takeover. There we have VPN sonic wall, where we can use and prevent attackers to come into our system. Other than we have software updates, we need to update software every 2 or 3 months. We just want to make sure all their softwares have been updated and patched to the new security vibe. Then we ask employee, their most preventable risks are that we ask employee to use the strong password, not the weak password or reuse password, a strong password, so that attackers cannot get into the system. Backups are always there. We need to do always the backup, which access control stop employees from accessing unnecessary information. Regular monitoring allows our IT people to catch threats early. Basic security steps can make a huge difference in preventing incidents.
Right. Now, not everyone is tech savvy. So what does effective cyber training look like for them?
Um, the training is pretty simple, practical, and easy to understand. You avoid technical errors that can confuse employee. In real world examples, we usually let the employee give a real world example that how they will be treated by the attackers. So technically, if one of the attackers send you an email saying that, hey, I am this partner and I need XYZ gift card to in order to in a meeting to distribute to my employees, you should know about it, where it is coming from, what the email looks like, and how does this look like. And training should be training should be ongoing and not just a one-time session. It should be every 6 months, every 4 months, for all of the employees, for the partners, managers, seniors, everyone. And it should be a clear steps should be provided, reporting security issues. Short interactive sessions should be given to the employees, and that's the goal, is to build confidence, not fear, in the cybersecurity.
Makes sense. Tech is ever evolving and a bigger part every single year of our everyday. So
yeah, just to make sure the people are getting the knowledge where how the attacks happen, and then they are able to see, okay, this is a new AI, as AI is advanced technology, so attacking is also being or also advanced.
So what does reasonable data protection mean in today's environment?
The reasonable data protection means using safeguards that match the level of risk. Firms such as MB should always follow industry standard and best practices. Sensitive information should be encrypted at rest, and then and in transit. Access should be limited to those only who need it. We have MFA, multi-factor authentication, which adds another layer of security. Employees also should receive training with the security policies, AI, and as well as data protections. System should be kept up to date and patched. There should be no lack of a gap where we cannot patch the system. Policies and procedures should be documented and ready and should be followed every year. And protection must evolve as threats evolve to remain effective.
With remote work here to stay, how has it changed the cybersecurity landscape for CPA firms?
As we are working hybrid, and a lot of firms are, after the COVID, technically a lot of firms are going hybrid, and we still are working hybrid, and a lot of firms are also working remotely, which increases, technically remote working increases exposure to unsecure network and device. As you all know, that home networks and personal devices, they don't have a proper protection. They're just open source. So what we do, we make in order to make risk easier, so we have a strong access control. We have a multi-factor authentication, again, as an essential for remote users. We monitor cloud activity, help detect suspicious behavior. It's also both technology and user behavior. It's not just one-sided. It's just not only the IT person who is responsible, is the user responsible, also responsible for their safety. And employees should always follow their best practices. When working remotely, VPNs can add an extra layer of protection where there's a Sonic Wall, Cisco, which are available all over the world. So we use technically VPNs in order to save and cover both offices and remote environments.
Right. And now let's shift over to talking about emergencies. We know they can happen, whether related to weather or not, especially here in Houston. We know hurricanes. We've experienced tornadoes recently. Yeah. We didn't know that was even something could happen. Freezes, electric power outages, all of these amongst other emergencies that could potentially take place. So we know it's always good to be prepared.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So what's like a strong incident response plan?
Oh, we should be. I'm 100% agree about with the Houston weather. It's not the Houston. I think it's all over the world.
Yeah.
It's all over the U.S. where, I think it's where everything there's this rain and then there's a thunderstorm and everything, and especially in Houston there's a power outage. A lot of time there's a power outage. So we should have a strong incident. There's a response plan is essential and it should be ready and good to go every time, every day, and it's outlined steps to contain damage. Communication plans explain what to contact internally and externally. So if someone is if an IT admin is out and he don't have the resources to get in the system, so he should or provide an external source too. So just to make sure the firm is working on the normal daytime hours. And then vendors contacts are also should be listed in advance and should be notified to HR and marketing and other admin people so that they can get it and they can start working on it. Recovery steps should ensure business can resume quickly. If something, God forbid, happens, you cannot work around or you don't have an opportunity, to play there's a power outage technically and you cannot get in the system. So you should have a backup and disaster recovery available right away. And the plans should be regularly tested to ensure effectiveness. Not as just, we will wait before the weather got, disrupted or something like that. So we should be prepared in advance to make sure, we can follow the responses right away.
Always have a plan and a backup.
And a backup, yes, for sure.
Great. So what mistakes are commonly made after cyber incident?
I will say that many firms make mistakes after the incident that increases risk. Some delay responding or fail to notify affected parties. Sometimes when incident happens and they think that, oh, this happens, let's just forget it and then move on. No, you need to notify to all the IT senior person or a third party vendor when accident happened. You need to diagnose it. You need to make sure troubleshoot the incident as well. And you need to preserve the and you need to preserve those evidence and everything for the future references. Root causes are sometimes ignored technically. Communication may be confusing or inconstant, so firm may rush back to normal operation without fixing gaps, which is really bad for the firm or disaster for the firm. So lessons should be learned, and then lessons with this incident should be learned and should be not replicated, but it should be technically it should be learned. The lesson should be learned and then you should be able to work around, okay, we need to fix it. It's not just leave it like that.
Now we've talked about how cybersecurity is a team effort, and so for CPAs listening today, how can they support cybersecurity without being tech experts?
So people who are CPAs and the firms who are listening to us, they can definitely support cybersecurity by following policies constantly, using strong passwords, using MFA which is very critical. Reporting suspicious emails or activity helps the firm respond quickly. Handling client data carefully protects sensitive information. Talking to clients about the cybersecurity, which can also risk add the value on their firms. Supporting investment in security helps leadership. Asking questions improve awareness. You don't have to just be in your firm. Ask questions with other firms as well, what they are facing challenges, and participating in trainings. Cybersecurity trainings, which is strengthening the firm culture. It's a good habit for everyone, which reduces overall risk for the firm.
Great. And then, how can firms proactively discuss cybersecurity with clients?
Firm can handle firm can include cybersecurity discussion during client meetings. In our firm is also with our clients, we also discuss our cybersecurity, discussion how the cybersecurity can handle if there is a loss or if there is any, theft happen in our firm. Is also risk management can be a part of advisory services, newsletters, just send newsletters to the firm so that they can raise awareness to their own firm. Client onboarding can address data protection expectations. CPAs can explain common thread in plain language. It should not be like in technical language where other people could not understand. It should be in plain language so the people or the clients can understand what's the cybersecurity, with the clients is basically all about. And practical guidance, build trust, definitely. Proactive conversations strengthen and client relationships. So you need to be proactive. You need to be talking with the clients, so that it's a good way to communicate with the client. And, discussing security openly helps prevent, it's just not just keeping, in shadows that something happens and we don't want to let the client know. But we need to let the client know and discuss the security, openly so that other than that, other firms can be secured with that.
Now, before we wrap up, what cybersecurity trends should firms be preparing for in the coming years?
Before we wrap up, is just the rent. We are expected to continue growing. Phishing emails will. I will say the phishing emails more for sure will become more sophisticated and realistic. Attacker will be increasing using AI. As of right now, we have Microsoft 365 Copilot, ChatGPT, Google Gemini. They are increasing, and obviously attackers will be increasing their AI technology in order to target the big firms, small firms, middle firms as well. The regulations and compliance requirements should be tightened. Clients will expect stronger cybersecurity measures from their advisors. So as of right now, all the clients need a strong, cybersecurity measurements like what you guys are taking on and what you are doing it for our data. Zero trust security models will become more common. Third party risk will increase as firms rely on vendors, and obviously the vendors are the main reason where we need to communicate with them. Cloud security will also remain a top priority in our firm and every firm, and continuous employee training, which is really essential for every employees to take the training before coming into the system.
Thank you, Son. That concludes all my questions for now. Thank you so much for taking time with me today to speak about this topic. To everyone listening, make sure you keep tuning in to Everybody Counts for more information. Also, don't forget to check with your IT managers for any cybersecurity procedures, policies, and updates. We're going to switch gears now and play a little game we like to play on the podcast called This or That. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions and you'll choose which you prefer.
Sure. Thank you for having me. I'm ready.
All right. So chocolate or candy?
I will go with chocolate actually.
Beach vacation or ski vacation?
Tough question, but I will definitely go with beach vacation summer.
Yes, me too. Coffee or tea?
Oh, for sure tea.
Tea. What's your favorite tea?
It's you will say black tea.
Black tea.
I will say black tea.
Great. Wonderful. Thanks again for the helpful information today, Hassan, and I'm very appreciative of your time. I know you have a super busy schedule, and it's great to chat with you today. And to everyone listening, we appreciate you listening in and invite you to check out our website, www.malonebailey.com, for more information about public company audit services, as well as some other useful resources. Thanks again for listening.